What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and today I'm ready to do my full review on the Kershaw Knives Heist. Now this is the upgraded Heist in black G10 and S35VN. This is a Kershaw Knives website exclusive, so I will leave a link to it down below in the description if you guys are interested in checking it out. It is currently out of stock, but if you guys are interested, you can be notified when it is available. Now this is an upgraded version of the Heist that normally has D2 and like a polymer plastic handle. Again, this is in G10 and S35VN, so a nice little upgrade in the materials department for you guys. And again, it is a Kershaw Knives website exclusive, so if you guys are interested, it'll be in the link down below. Hopefully it'll go, in stock soon for you guys that are, wanting to buy one of these. But we're gonna jump right into this review, starting off with materials. So this has a really nice drop point style blade, nice belly to it. You guys can see it is a satin blade. Comes with some nice fingerprints. You can see right there, S35VN, Kershaw logo. Just a very nice and usable blade shape. Comes down to a thin edge. It's pretty thin overall with the blade stock thickness. It's rocking the Duralock, which is the ambidextrous / axis style lock that Kershaw has made, or made their own. It has some nice texturing here on the black G10. You of course have a loop over style deep carry pocket clip that says Kershaw on it, lefty or righty, which is a given for the ambidextrousness of this knife. The pivot is a nice anode blue. And then the standoff screws back here are also anodized blue, which is nice, kind of gives it a nice little pop of color. Nice thin knife overall. Dual thumb studs. As far as internal milling goes, there is none. So some quick specs for you guys. So blade length is 3.2 inches. The HRC on the S35VN is coming in at 60 to 62. Blade thickness is 0.09 inches. Closed length is 4.4 inches. Open length from tip to butt is 7.6 inches. Comes in weighing just over 3 ounces at 3.1. This is a very lightweight knife, which is really nice for, about a 3 1/4 inch blade. Having about 3 ounces is really, really nice, and this thing carries very well in pocket, no doubt about it. So as far as materials are going, G10, S35VN, deep carry clip, Duralock, nice standoffs, no complaints at all. We're gonna go 5 out of 5 on the materials. Now, next up is the, aesthetic. I think this knife looks good. I've always been a fan of the Heist. So when Kevin tossed this into the passaround group, this also came in, I forgot to mention earlier, with the Beaver Creek Barlow, which you guys will see next on my reviews, if you guys are paying attention and have me on post notifications. I've always thought the Heist looks really good. It was definitely one of the more attractive Duralock models that Kershaw came out with in sort of that budget range. I really like the blade shape. You have a nice ramp up here. Again, it's kind of it's a drop point, but it has a little bit of a spear pointness to it. Nice handle shape. So overall, I think it looks really, really good. No complaints at all. I'm not going to say it's my favorite knife ever designed, but I really have no complaints with it. So it's going to get another 5 out of 5. Next up is action. Now, one thing with axis style locks, no matter who makes them, really, well, I take that back, because Kershaw and Kaiser and Hogue and a lot of other companies out there are really refining their own, version of the axis lock. And they're kind of blowing Benchmade in the dust. They really are surpassing them in a lot of different ways. But a common thing is with, ambi locks and axis style locks is it kind of gives you a mushy detent, which, is going to be kind of unavoidable until they learn how to really renovate this model and, change it up. And I'm not going to go out and say that the detent is fantastic or the best I've ever felt, but it's pretty good. It's definitely more snappy than a lot of other, again, axis style lock knives I've had in the past. And I think it's very, very good. I think Kershaw has, designed this to be a very nice and snappy lock. I really have enjoyed well, I guess it really was only the Bel Air, because what was the, oh, it's going to bug me. It was the spring-loaded one, or the assisted one with the Duralock, and it really didn't function as a true, you know, Axis style, you know, lock. But all things considered, really, really good. You have reverse flick, thumb flick. You can slow roll it out. And, you know, the thumb studs are nice. I liked how they are jimped and kind of stepped there. They make for a really, really nice gripping point for your flicking. A little bit of blade play. There was a little bit more before this video. I tightened it up and I kind of got it loose. You guys can see, I just pull that back. And it does drop shut. A little bit of wrist always helps. You guys can see, I'm just gonna flick it a little bit and it drops right down. Just giving that extra little motion allows it to get that kind of, you know, free swinginess going, that gravity going. So I hate to give it a 5 and a 5 and a 5, but honestly, I mean, can you fail this knife? Yeah, you can fail it, but I'm gonna go 5. I think it's a very, very good Duralock model, and the action definitely is on par for a lot of other models in this price range. So next up is acoustics. Kind of on par with other G10 Axis style lock knives I've handled before. They all kind of have like the same sound from the lock bar locking into place and closing. So I mean, it's okay. It's good. It's not great by any means, but I definitely have no complaints with it. So I'm gonna give that a 4. We're not gonna spend too much time there. I really kind of want to move on pretty quick. Next up is ergos. It's a very comfortable knife. Again, it's the lines. I mean, you have really not too much craziness going on here on both sides. You have a little bit of a finger indentation right there. The texturing on the G10 provide a really nice sort of help with the grip on both sides. The pot clip, you're always going to have a little bit of a hot spot there from the curvature of the deep carry clip. That's kind of unavoidable. But honestly, from how at least my hands are on it, the clip point is just at the end of my fingers. So I can feel it's there, but it's not causing really much of a hot spot at all. And I really have no complaints with it. If you had bigger hands, you're probably gonna be feeling that more, but I feel it right at the end, and it's really, again, not an issue. All 4 fingers of the knife. Saber grip is very, very comfortable. Hammer grip is very comfortable. You can use this little choil area as long as you are careful, because you are very close to sliding down onto the edge. With that, you know, your fingers follow suit and go farther on the knife, get farther away from that clip. That's very, very comfortable. Your thumb lands way out here. So if you're doing push cuts, you have a lot of good control with it. Pinch grip works really good with this knife. The tip could be a little bit lower, so you kind of have to jack it the whole way up, but thumb and middle finger right there, pointer finger up on top for different types of slices with a push cut, or sorry, a pinch grip, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, again, you have an ambidextrous or a lefty or righty clip, so you're always going to have a little bit of that, you know, curvature up there from the clip, but that's kind of unavoidable. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty comfortable. I'd say I have kind of large size hands, maybe on the smaller side of large, but I definitely do not have small mitts by any means. And this really does give you a lot of nice comfort right there. You have a little bit of a ramp for your thumb. Allows you to do some good cutting. So I really can't complain too much. It's going to go back in the 5 department. You know, I hate to give anything lower because there's no issues whatsoever with, you know, anything with the ergos. So it's getting a 5 out of 5. Next up is carry. I can already tell you that this is getting another 5 out of 5 because you have a loop rubber style deep carry clip. It covers or carries about that deep into the pocket. Super lightweight, just over 3 ounces. We'll say 3 ounces because it's 3.1. You can carry it lefty or righty. Sits down in your pocket. You have no flipper tab or any jimping right here. So if you are down below it, you know, reaching for change, chapstick, medicine, AirPods, things like that, you have no risk of when you come up out of your pocket, pulling this up out with you, which is always a plus. I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, lightweight, great carry, loop over style, deep carry clip. Like, what else more do you need? So again, easy 5 out of 5. And that takes me to my final category of price point / value / what I recommend this knife. So according to Kershaw's website, the Heist in G10 and S35VN is coming in at $112, or excuse me, $120, which is weird because it looks like that's the price, but then it looks like it was $250 originally. You know how, like, when you buy it directly from retailers, or excuse me, not retailers, but directly from like the makers of the knives, it always seems like they slash their prices in half, even though like that's still higher than what you would pay for it. Like, sometimes if you go to buy a Civivi directly from Civivi's website, actually I had my friend just do this a couple weeks ago. He is, you know, new to the knife world. I got him a knife for being in my wedding. He was my best man, or one of my best men. I had 2 of them. But he wanted another knife to carry at work because he, you know, always carries his. It was the Civivi Mini Practice that I got him. But he always would leave his knife at work, and he just wanted to have one at home, maybe leave in the car, things like that. So he was, you know, looking for one, and he sent me what he was ended up buying, which was the, now I'm blanking on what it was. It's a button lock. It's not the Cogent, which is what I have. It is the Tanto version. I forget what the name is, but it was like $75 on Civivi's website. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't buy it there. I sent him a link to White Mountain Knives, and he used someone's code. And it was like $55. With a code, it's like $50. So it's just one of those things where, you know, when you buy it directly from a site, or excuse me, from the manufacturer, you're always going to pay higher typically. And I hate when, you know, they list a price, but then they slash a price in half beside it, and you're thinking you're getting a deal, but you're really not. But I digress. I apologize. $119, $120 for the G10 S35VN Heist. I have no qualms with it. I really don't. I don't think it's that necessarily that good of a value. I think you can get, you know, G10 and S35VN knives for right around $100, if not less. So really, you know, I don't think it's like an outstanding value to where you need to go buy it today. One of those types of things. I'm not going to complain about it, but I don't think it's a great value, but the price is okay. Can I recommend it? Absolutely. It's a really well-made knife. Again, if you're looking for a lightweight, you know, if you like the design of it, you know, go for it. I think this is a great alternative to a lot of other access style lock knives, and we're getting quite a few of them nowadays from a lot of different companies. It's kind of hard to keep up with, if I'm being honest, but I think, you know, Kershaw and their Duralock system has, you know, a really good thing going, so I definitely appreciate it that way. But again, as far as, you know, value, I don't think it's a fantastic value. Don't think it's the worst, but I'm going to give it a 4. And I don't even have to do any math to count up to see what we have. The Kershaw Knives Heist is coming in at a 33, which lands it right in the fantastic category. Let's see what else has a 33. Quite a few, actually. We have the, actually it's tying with the Launch 19 from Kershaw. You got the Thai Sparrow from Kaiser. You got the Bridgeport Knife Co. 827, or excuse me, 1827. You got the Winter Blade Co. Severin. You got the Kaiser Banish. You got the Vosteed Taloris. You have the QB Very Gero, and you also have the Vosteed Hedgehog. So a lot of really good knives, you know, similarly, can't talk today, guys, I apologize, rated to this, and I think that's a very fair, you know, score. I think it's an awesome knife, or a fantastic knife, excuse me. Yeah, so definitely go check this one out. I hope they come back in stock soon if you guys are interested. But again, you know, definitely leave a comment down below. Do you guys like the Heist? Do some of you guys have the budget version of it? You know, did some of you guys pick up the, you know, more bougie out version of it? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But I'm going to wrap this up now. Before I go, as always, huge shout out to Kevin over at Lefty DC for allowing us to check out new content, or not new content, but allowing us to check out stuff to make new content. Kev, you are always appreciated, my brother. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up now. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, night, weekend, year, life, whenever you're watching this. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.